Greetings, redheads. Thank you for joining us in another episode of your favorite show, the one, the only Red's View. Of course, I am your gracious host. I go by the name of J Red. That's me. And I'm joined by the most honorable, legendary PM of all DJs, the most honorable, legendary DJ PM. What is up, man?
What's up, bro? How you feeling?
I am feeling good, man. Feeling good. You know, I got to represent the Woo today.
Why?
Because they're the greatest rap group of all time.
All right, man. Let's move on. Let's not start the show like this.
Oh man, shout out to the
Piss
Wu-Tang.
me off before the show even start.
You know, I'm already on the BS. But man, everybody who's watching right now, you gotta do us a favor and make sure that you subscribe to youtube.com/redsview. Also, if you do want to support the show, the Cash App is right there. Donations, as Dr. Umar says, donations. $ JAYR3D. For those who are on Facebook, hello. Make sure that you hit the like button. Feel free to comment and make sure that you share it. Shout out to all of y'all who share it. I love when y'all do that. And if you're on Twitter, make sure, of course, that you retweet. If you're seeing this on Instagram, make sure that you share it. All that good stuff. And like I said, please subscribe to youtube.com/redsview. Now, also, shameless plug too. If you have not heard the EP by myself, J Red, it is available on all streaming platforms. It is called Red Velvet. Something for the ladies and something for the players. Had to make sure we get that out there, man. But anyway, man, it's been a pretty jam-packed week as far as news the past week and then this weekend. We missed you last week.
Yeah, man.
It's all good though. But I said Steve Harvey. I don't know if you saw that controversy behind that, man. That video got shared and somebody came up to me the other day. You do a podcast? I was like, yeah, I do. Somebody sent me one of your videos. I was like,
really?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. So that Steve Harvey one was very interesting. You had a lot of people who was agreeing with me, a lot of people who was disagreeing with me. But hey, that's what I do this for.
Right.
So yeah, shout out to the viewership and everybody that has shared that right now. All right, man. So without any further ado, you know one of the hottest topics right now. Did Chris Brown really jump Usher?
Usher, baby.
Usher Raymond. We're gonna jump right into it, man. So for those who've been hiding under a rock, I believe this happened on Friday. Was it Thursday or Friday?
I don't know. One day last week.
One day last week.
I think Friday because all the blogs was talking about it Sunday. I mean Monday.
So yeah. So because it was during right before the Lovers and Friends concert,
right, which was Saturday and Sunday.
So yeah, it happened right before there. So for those who've been hiding under a rock, Chris Brown allegedly jumped Usher Raymond at after his party. It was outside. Now, of course, some people were believing it, some people weren't believing it, some people were not putting it past Chris Brown, but this all happened allegedly over Teyana Taylor. Now Usher invited Teyana Taylor, from my understanding, and he also threw Chris Brown a skate party that celebs had came to in Vegas, right? Everybody was having a good time, and allegedly, this is all allegedly, Teyana Taylor showed up, and Chris Brown has something against Teyana Taylor because allegedly she backed out of the AMA performance that he got booted from. You know, he was on schedule to do it, but they dropped him. But they said the reason was because she dropped out of it. She didn't want to have anything to do with it.
Right.
So with that being said, Chris Brown had, you know, some issues towards her regarding that. He happened to see her at the party. There's a video floating around on TMZ where you could see that he looked inebriated. Usher was trying to calm him down. Teyana Taylor was sitting right there. He was saying F her, whatever, and then was stumbling and stuff like that. Now, they said that Usher tried to calm him down, and allegedly what happened, Chris Brown said, F it, I'm leaving the party. Leaving his own party. I'm leaving my party. He goes outside, buy a bus or something. I don't know if it was a tour bus or a bus.
Yeah,
tour bus, right? Usher followed behind him. They said Usher took his skates off. Usher tried to talk to him, and then Usher got jumped by Chris Brown and his crew, and they said that he allegedly had a bloody nose. Now, the first thing, PM, let me ask you, when you first heard this happen, what were you thinking?
Cap.
You were thinking Cap automatically, huh?
100% Cap, bro.
Why is that?
Nah, I mean, first of all, Usher and Chris Brown, cool. So I don't think that. First of all, Usher and Chris Brown didn't get into a fight. Let's just get that out there right now. Usher's crew wouldn't let him fight, and Chris Brown's crew damn sure wouldn't let him fight. I mean, what you think he pay all them? I mean, why you think he cool with all them gangsters? Like, he not paying. I mean, he not cool with them so that he can fight his own battles. You know, that's what he got the relationship with them for.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first thing. Second thing, bro, that's like if me and you get into it. Like, if one of my partners tried to fight you, I would be like, bro, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, this, me and him beefing. This ain't got nothing to do with y'all. And this is my friend in real life. So if me and him throw hands, that's just me and him. You ain't no random dude. You ain't the ops. So nah,
True.
man, I didn't believe that. No, hell no.
Okay, put it like this. Once I heard the story, like at first glance when I saw it, I said, okay, this could be cap.
Right.
It was a couple of things that were triggering. One was of course, the Shade Room.
Right.
Different media outlets posted it, right?
Right.
Usually if something's like a solid rumor, it's gonna just be on Twitter, right? You see it on Twitter, but once it makes these blog sites, you start questioning it, you start raising your eyebrow a little bit.
I disagree, but I hear you.
Like, okay, and then when they described in detail what happened, first I forgot what they said at first, but they gave a before, a during, and an after.
Right.
So that raised my antennas. Then the other part was I don't put it past Chris Brown because he's had reckless behavior before, right?
When's the last time he had reckless behavior, bro? Y'all still holding that against him, bro?
Bro, he has reckless behavior.
Bro, that was like, come on, man. At a certain point, we gotta
listen, man. I'm talking about from the cops raiding this house. This is what I'm saying. I'm not. This isn't here to talk shit about Chris Brown. Right. This is just a history of what has happened with Chris Brown.
I'm listening.
So he has a track record of controversy, drama, issues, whatever, right?
Right.
This isn't the first time he's been in the news for anything abusive or physical. I'll just say physical. All right. So when I heard that, I didn't put it past anybody, and then one of my homeboys actually knows somebody that is around Tiana Taylor,
right?
And they confirmed that something did happen.
Right. Something did happen. Chris Brown got pissed because Tiana Taylor was at the party. They exchanged words and he left. Bro, this is 2023, man. They had a video of Tekashi 6ix9ine getting stumped out in some LA fitness in Florida.
But this
you don't think it wouldn't be no video, bro?
Let's debate about this. All right.
You don't think it would be a video, bro? Chris Brown
if that would have been at the party, I would say 100%. It was out. They said it was by some buses. Now, this is the thing, to play devil's advocate. I'm not one of the types that always has my phone out. There are people in this world who, if something happens, you may not be quick to pull your phone out. What they were saying is that this didn't happen in front of a crowd. They said that this happened by some buses or whatever the case was. I know, but listen, do you think that anybody would be able to go towards Chris Brown and Usher if it happened in a area? Don't they have bodyguards and shit like that?
Of course they do. Right. And that's who got into the pushing match, not Chris Brown and Usher.
Okay, right. So the thing is, the following day, Usher showed off, his face. Didn't appear that nothing happened to him. Nothing like that, right?
And Chris Brown performed at the Lovers and Friends Festival.
And Usher did too. Because the whole thing was, oh my God, whatever. So with Usher's face and his nose, because he has a big nose, shout out to Usher, we could see that nothing physically happened to him as far as any bruises or anything like that. However, we know that something did happen. Now, how I know something happened is because, publicly they didn't speak about that, but there was something else that happened with Chris Brown at the Lovers and Friends concert.
I remember that.
He got into it. Now, he wasn't fighting, but he was trying to de-escalate a situation because his daughter was there, from my understanding. What do you know exactly what happened?
Now, I know somebody that was out there when it happened too. It's crazy because I saw the Instagram footage of him and Breezy right before this came out. Long story short, you ever been backstage at a festival?
Not backstage. No.
All right, so shout out to my dog Motown Lee. He does one music fest. He hooked me up with some backstage tickets one time. Anyway, backstage at festivals, what they do is they basically set up like separate lounging areas for the performers. So you have all their trailers, and then you have like a lounging area. It's typically a DJ back there, a bar, you know what I'm saying? So they was just all out there. And it was just a lot of people crowding around when Chris Brown was getting ready to go on stage and they was trying to clear the way. Well, you got to think about it. If you're the performer and I'm your DJ and I got two people with me, you got two people with you, and then there's another act and they got their DJ and two people, it's just a lot of people, but we all feel like we belong here. So you coming and telling me I got to move out the way just because Chris Brown is coming through means nothing to me when I'm with Ludacris or when I'm with this person or when I'm with that person. Mm-hmm. That's all it was, bro.
Yeah,
definitely. That's it. Chris Brown ain't had nothing to do with it, bro. But yeah, everybody likes to make him have to be who Trey Songz really is. So,
and that's anyway. But I brought that up to say that Chris Brown spoke out about that.
Right.
He didn't speak out about the stuff that happened with Usher. Right.
Because it didn't happen either. So why are you speaking?
Well, no. Something did happen. He just don't want to speak on it. So if anybody's saying that there was no conflict between them, there was conflict. Yes, it was.
They exchanged words. You know, they had nobody resulted to fisticuffs, just words.
Well, so there was a confrontation that happened with Usher and Chris Brown.
Correct. That's
right. So that's what we know. Now, some people were saying, man, was this to help promote Verzuz and all that other stuff? And I was just
I don't think Chris Brown and Usher are that lame or need help to promote a Verzuz.
No. The fact that they would say Chris Brown versus Usher.
Right.
And all them people, and you one of them too, man, Verzuz happened years ago. That was during the pandemic. You would tune into an Usher.
I would definitely tune into an Usher versus Chris Brown versus, without that.
Absolutely.
But say like Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow. Now, if this was them, I would be like, all right, this is probably a publicity stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But no, I knew that it wasn't because I was trying to tell him, shout out to Coop, me and him was talking about it. And I was just like, man, I just don't see them stooping this low.
They don't need to, bro. This is not. We're talking about Usher and Chris Brown. They don't need
to. They don't need to do that. They don't need to do that at all. Now, the thing is, some people were saying if he did indeed, let's say allegedly he did jump, like figuratively speaking, if he jumped Usher, would this ruin his career? Would this taint his legacy and different things like that?
No.
My answer is no. Want to know why? He's already been tainted. His legacy.
Usher's a man.
Huh?
Usher's a man. It's not a domestic situation.
Yeah, it's not. But he's already been in trouble for a domestic situation, and they hold on to that to this day.
The industry still don't mess with Chris Brown.
Brown because of that.
The AMC Awards taking him off.
AMA,
yeah, my bad.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's how I feel. I was like, Chris Brown. Now, I'm not saying he's God Almighty and nothing like that, but I'm like, he's been able to prosper still. With all the stuff that's against him, he's been able to still maneuver in the industry because the hip hop community embraced him.
Absolutely.
I don't think that if he got into a fight with Usher, that could do anything to really taint his legacy or image. He's already a bad boy. He already
Bobby Brown.
Right. He's already Bobby Brown. He lived up to the Brown last name for sure. So
Bobby Brown, Chris Brown, Antonio Brown.
Hey. It's so many of them, right? But yeah, I don't think that this did it. Now, I ain't gonna say it would help him either, but yeah, they were just
not gonna help him, but it ain't gonna hurt him.
Yeah, nah. But whatever it was, I think that it was cool for him to go ahead and leave. If I say, hey man, I know this is thrown for me, whatever like that, man, I'm about to leave, about to bounce. You want to avoid conflict, man.
Right. And he's drunk. So, like, what are you trying to go back and forth with him for? Like, let him go.
Yeah, just the few. I don't know exactly what happened as far as Usher trying to go out there and do blase, whatever, right? But the thing is, I would just let it go. If somebody says, man, I'm about to leave, I ain't finna go after them. And I'm glad for Chris Brown to go ahead and leave because he knows what the situation was. Because my thing is this. You can point fingers at him all day, but if he don't fuck with somebody, he just don't fuck with them.
So let him leave.
Let him leave. He's like, F her, she here. Because from my understanding, she didn't want to leave. She was standing her ground and ignoring him. That probably made him more mad. You know how we get when we be drinking. We be like,
Right.
what? This is my party, whatever.
Right.
So he tried to leave, whatever. But something did happen. Now, I wonder if that affected the friendship or mentorship between him and Usher because nobody spoke out about it.
Right.
I don't know if even their crew, if somebody in their crew got into it, whatever, like where does this leave Usher and Chris Brown?
Well,
Because
hopefully they talked about it like men backstage and just let it go.
Hopefully so. But I just say I know something happened because if it wasn't true, they would have been and came out and said something about it. But there's footage of Chris Brown getting and Usher trying to calm him down and stuff like that. So yeah.
But not over a fight.
Yeah, definitely not. But shout out to the Core Room podcast. What is it? You said it won't hurt his career, but he eventually hurt himself. That's what everybody's worried about. That's what everybody is worried about because what's the first thing everybody was saying, PM? When they heard, if you hear Chris Brown jumped Usher, what's the first thing you would think?
I don't know, man. I'm not here to judge Chris Brown.
Here we go. This dude, he don't want to be real. Okay, I get it. Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to judge Chris Brown, man. I think
Chris
Brown's a great guy, personally.
Sure you do. Okay. Shout out to Chris Brown. He's a real talented individual, huh?
Hey, he is super talented, for real.
Super talented. All right. Now, speaking of lovers and friends, did you see?
Was this at the Lovers and Friends?
Lovers and Friends.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Now, with Genuine started going viral actually last year at the Lovers and Friends. You know,
wait, that was last year too?
That was last year. Yeah, that was last year. You remember because it was supposed to happen in 2020 or 20. Yeah, and then they canceled it and then they put it off to 2022. But remember the video? He looked like he was carrying the couch and doing all that. So Genuine does something yet again. And let me see if I can. Let me go to my profile.
Man, shout out to Genuine, man. Genuine is a legend, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, first and foremost, he is a legend. You got to give it up to Genuine. But let me show everybody who's been hiding under a rock.
What happened? You pulled it up. I was listening to his album, The Senior, the other day. Oh my
God! You see that? Oh man!
Hey, then he tried to pull the interpreter down with him.
He did. That's what the funny part was, and he smiled on the way down
because he knew he was gonna be a meme.
Yeah, he knew. Look at that. He was like.
Bro, why would he do that, bro? How old is Genuine, bro? How old is Genuine?
Genuine is in his like mid-40s. I think he's like in his mid-40s. Yeah. So
mid-40s.
Yeah, mid-40s. Or you gonna automatically call him 50. You love putting ages on folks, bro. I don't know what it is.
You love trying to make people younger than they are, bro. Genuine got to be at least 50, bro.
All right. Okay, let's go. Y'all notice we do this on every episode.
Bro, Genuine was 30 years old when we was in high school, bro.
Genuine. Oh, shoot. No, you're right.
I tried to tell you,
no, you're right. No, you're right about him. He's 52. Damn, he was born in 70.
See, look, you don't be realizing how old these stars are.
That's the first time you done got it right. Chill
out, bro. I'm always
right. That's
the
first time you done got it right. Come on, man.
You don't realize how old these
stars
are.
Bro, you just called Snoop Dogg 60 the other day. And that was big.
58, 60s. Man.
This dude.
Bro, look, you don't realize how old these stars are because they do so much cosmetic stuff.
Bro, I know how. I'm just wrong about Genuine.
Nah, you're wrong about all
you call him and Snoop the same age, bro. Yes, he is. Every time you even said you acted like Jay-Z was like 60 something. I'm like, bro, come on.
Nah, Jay-Z not 60 something. Jay-Z 48.
All right, man. Shout out to Corum Podcast. Look, said Genuine looked like he was entertaining a new mark. Yeah, that's what it was. Like when he went down the pipe, I said, man, I'm waiting for somebody to make those memes.
Man.
I'm waiting on somebody to make the memes, man.
Man, that was terrible, man. I shout out to Genuine, man. I'm just glad he was able to finish the show.
Yeah, he was. And I'm glad he's okay. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Health-wise.
And now that he's okay, we definitely gonna laugh about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But he does something all the time. I don't know what it is about him. First, he do too much. He do the little leg thing, do his head like that.
Do the quagmire.
Yeah, now he's falling off stage. I was like, what was he trying to be Spider-Man? They say he jumped and his knees gave out. That was hilarious.
I bet they did. He's 63. Trying to jump from one platform to the other. Let Chris Brown do that jump around stuff.
Yeah, like leave it alone, Genuine. Leave it alone. Speaking of lovers and friends, also, did you see the Brat and her outfit?
I did.
What'd you think?
You're not
First of
gonna
all,
get me. I thought the Brat looked phenomenal.
so look, this is the Brat, y'all.
She
Shout out to
was
the
she
Brat.
5 months pregnant? 4 months pregnant?
I have no idea.
I
She's some
thought the
months
Brat
pregnant.
looked very handsome. Okay,
Very handsome.
very
Okay.
handsome.
Okay. As you can see, the Brat, she had on a stud maternity suit. Um,
Why you call it that?
I mean, what else, PM? What else would you call this, bro? That's a Chicago Bulls soccer jersey, open in the middle. Do they?
Bruh,
Where do they
you got
make
on
that
the
at?
what?
A stud maternity jersey. That stud maternity. Her stud maternity jersey.
Oh my God, bro. What's wrong with you, man?
Bro, I mean, what would you call that?
I, I mean, I don't know. She just got her belly out. Why didn't she just do like a crop top, like Webby?
Check the PM. Check this out.
Yeah.
It's designed for her, dog. Look at that.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like, I don't understand why she wouldn't just do a crop top like Webby.
Yeah, that would have been way better. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean,
yeah,
that's just terrible. That's just an ugly outfit. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought the Brat looked handsome as usual.
she did look handsome. But it's just like, come on, man, stop it. Stop. Like, you already pregnant and you a stud. We let that go. You know what I'm saying?
Studs can be pregnant. Don't do that.
No. I didn't say that they couldn't. I'm just saying it don't look like it's
no
normal though. It look awkward. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, but this outfit, I'm like, come on, Brat. Come on, help me out, Brat. Like, but yeah, she had on her little stud maternity
She
suit.
should have just wore like a regular jersey and just like, you know how back in the day, like you used to pull your shirt up and have it like, that's how she should have just did that. And with a sports bra, boom.
And it would have been
fire her stylist. I blame her stylist.
I
don't blame her.
Yeah,
right.
But I don't know. I was like, if there's any store that you could go to for studs that have maternity outfits or whatever, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of it.
I saw a tweet that said whoever the Brat stylist is, she need to put that jersey on them and choke them with it. It was awful, bro. That wasn't a good choice.
That was not.
And the Brat only performs like once a year, so like she could. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, I was like, well, come on, man. But anyway, shout out to the Brat and her wife. Now let's get into something else, man. Eboni K. Williams.
Yes.
Now she's been heavy in the news, and I should have did a video about this last week, but I was just observing because I wanted to make sure all the juice was out there. You know what I'm saying? You squeeze it out.
Yeah.
So for those who've been hiding under, I know, right? For those who've been hiding,
bro, I'm sorry.
So those who've been hiding under a rock, man, Eboni K. Williams, I don't know. I think I heard of her name before this, but
she was on Love and Basketball. No, that's Love and Hip Hop. I said Love and Basketball.
Love and Basketball.
She was on
the Housewives or something?
Housewives, yes.
Okay.
That's what it was. Housewives of New York.
So she's a lawyer.
Yes, by trade.
She's a lawyer. I know she's an author, all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So she makes some good money. But anyway,
she's a millionaire, apparently.
Apparently, she's a millionaire that dates white men. So anyway,
that part.
With Eboni K. Williams, she had caught fire because Iyanla Vanzant appeared on her show on The Grill. And this is what was said. It was asking about bus drivers, right? Now, bus drivers are essential workers. This is what Eboni had to say after Iyanla asked her this. Hold up.
You cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man. So I will not ask you to indict men in this question. But I do want you to speak, Iyanla, to how women need to, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly,
fair use,
the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus,
that's a problem. That's a problem.
All right, so I'm gonna just let that marinate.
Right.
All right. So that's what she caught fire for, because it was a lot of people in the comments, you know, saying why it got to be like that. Why are you choosing? She's a gold digger. Let me stop it right there. There's nothing wrong with Ebony's answer to Ayanla's question.
Right.
Nothing at all. Somebody asked you
that part.
On that part. Right. So that's why I stopped it right there. There's nothing wrong with that answer. She asked, would you date a bus driver? She said no. And then Ayanla went on to, and if you want to watch the full clip, go ahead and watch it later. But that's a preference. Nothing was wrong with that at all, right? You got a preference. You choose to date. She said that she wants him to own the bus. We already know, because she wants the money. You know what I'm saying? Or she wants her significant other to make a certain amount of money. That wasn't the issue, PM. My issue with her came from this video. Let me pull it up real quick. Hold up. This was her response to it when people were criticizing her.
1,000+ comments posted on social. I only saw a handful that even considered the possibility of a bus owner being a more aspirational position, and recognizing that I am actually speaking and pouring into the ascension of Black men when I said what I said. But see, no, some of y'all were too busy naming and shaming me personally and Black women in general as undesirable, gold diggers, and much worse. Now, I suspect that some of y'all are the same men that were bringing home C's and D's on your report cards, only to then be coddled by parents that said, well, that's okay, as long as you're doing your best. Well, listen, I love and believe in the excellence of Black men. So no, my dear, C's and D's or any other form of mediocrity is not okay. No, I will not create a soft place for you.
All right, so that's where we'll stop right there.
All right.
That was my issue, PM. Want to know why?
Why?
One word: mediocrity. See, there's nothing wrong with having a preference. There's nothing wrong with saying the word average, because when she went on Breakfast Club, she was explaining, saying that, hey, I don't want to settle for average. Black people don't need to settle for average. Just, you know, average workers, essential workers are average, and, you know, we should try to do more, whatever. That is true within the Black community. We should try to get out of the threshold of just being essential workers.
Right.
We should be able to own more. Now everybody ain't gonna be able to be an entrepreneur. Everybody ain't gonna be able to own anything. The stuff that she was saying on the Breakfast Club, I agreed with. However, she moved the goalpost.
Right.
That wasn't what the issue that was at hand. She got asked, would you date a bus driver?
Right.
You said no, but then you use words like mediocre, mediocrity. Mediocre is low quality.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me a bus driver, an essential worker, you know, a sanitation worker, a person who works the 9 to 5, everyday workers, you mean to tell me that is what you call mediocre, or is it average? See, average means that typically everybody can do that, or everybody does do that. If I went it through Atlanta and said how many people smoke hookah, and I say, okay, the average number of people, it was 70% out of whatever.
Right.
That's just the average. That doesn't mean less than, more than, whatever.
Right.
It's average. We know what median is and all that other stuff, right? But when you say mediocre, T.I. had a song called I Don't Want No Mediocre. So that is what the issue was, and she tried to tie it into a Black issue,
right,
when it was based off of your dating preference. Like, ma'am, you didn't have to tie in the Black community and later on she used the term white supremacy. She brought that in. It's white supremacy. No, if you want to date a man that makes 6 figures or more, that is all good. But don't try to say Black women got to settle for less or whatever like that. No, she was responding at the people in her comments instead of responding, taking up for herself. Because all, in my opinion, she had to do was say, look, y'all, I said what I said. If you don't like what I said, you must be trying to date me, whatever the case was. But what's your spill on it?
So I'm going to say a few things about this. So the first thing is, like you said, her choice is her choice. I'm more concerned with her prioritizing dating white men than dating, you know, the type of 6-figure Black man that she wants, 6-figure, 7-figure, whatever, high, what is Kevin Samuels say?
High value. High value
high value black man.
Yeah.
Versus that, and then so because your choice is your choice. Like, you know, I have things that I choose to deal with and not deal with. You have things that you choose to deal with and not deal with. That's our choice. I think the problem is that when, like you said, when she starts calling a bus driver mediocre, or when, now this is what I will say, and I want to be careful with my words.
Be careful because they're gonna get you.
Being a bus driver is a low ceiling type of job. It is. You know, as a bus driver, you're only going to make X amount of dollars at a certain point. Like, there's a cap for it. Like, you don't expect a bus driver to make $100,000. But here's the problem. In my opinion, we have made relationships solely about how much a person makes and how much a person earns. And even when we have the conversation of what do you bring to the table, we're only speaking about money most of the time.
Absolutely.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter because everybody doesn't want to be a millionaire.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
Let me say this. Everybody doesn't want to do what it takes to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
Because of course everybody wants to be a millionaire. Like, who doesn't?
Yeah.
But being a millionaire takes work. Like, being 100,000-aire takes work.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody doesn't want to do that. Some people are content. I know a guy. This is no joke, bro. He had a PhD in something. He was making like a lot of money, bro. And he was bilingual. He spoke English and Spanish, so he was making a lot of money. He quit that to be a kindergarten teacher because he said making that money wasn't what he thought it was going to be. So you know what I mean? So when you call a person like that average, when it's like maybe, or mediocre, excuse me. Maybe I'm not mediocre. Maybe this brings me happiness. Maybe driving a bus brings me happiness. Does that mean Eboni K has to date them? 1,000% not. But it's still wrong to shit on them.
A teacher isn't mediocre though. That's an average.
It's an average job though.
Yeah, it's average, but people were caught up on that word too because, like Charlamagne was saying, I don't like using the term average. Well, average is true. Like, you have a C is an average.
Right.
C average.
And I mean, speaking as someone that works in education, it's not easy to become a teacher, but it's not as hard as it is to become a doctor or a lawyer.
It's just you stay in school longer and all that other stuff. But the only reason it's average is because, like you said, it's not as complex.
Not as hard as some of these other fields.
Right. Like, to where, so that, and then it's average because more people do that.
Right.
Because the average means mostly everybody does it.
Right.
But, you know, once it goes to higher, like that's what they say high, it's fewer at the top. It's more people that's going to be in the midway, and then a lot of people that could be at the bottom. Right. So I don't think a bus driver is mediocre, right? Mediocre means it's low quality. You can make a living off of being a bus driver. You just ain't, it's just a cap. You know what I'm saying?
You can make a living off being anything. It just depends on how much money you're
how much money
how
you have.
Want to live your life. For Eboni, she doesn't want to live the life of a bus driver's wife, which is cool.
Yeah.
But to insult that person and say that they're mediocre, like,
you can't do that. Average is fine, but saying mediocre, she brought that up. I'm like, she read the wrong definition because I looked it up. Right. I was like, no, mediocre said of low quality.
Right.
You mean to tell me a teacher is low quality? You have to have an education.
Yeah, like
Red college degree
is mediocre.
Huh?
Red Lobster seafood is mediocre.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I'm like, come on, man. So, but she tried to make it a black woman issue. Why do black women have to accept less and all this other stuff? And
I could have answered that for her too. You don't have to accept less, but you might have to be willing to share your man.
Yeah, that's true. But,
and I'm just talking statistically speaking. Like, how many, bro, do you know that the average family household is like 50,000?
Absolutely. Average.
Family.
Yep.
So where you think y'all gonna find all these high level men at?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing though. I just want to piggyback, like go back to the point where she was asked the question, and I'm not trying to dogpile on her like she was wrong for answering it to feel the way she feel, because
No,
it was some people in the comments who felt a certain type of way.
no,
It
you
triggered
do
them.
not have to date a bus driver if you don't want to. I wouldn't
No.
date a bus driver.
Yeah. But the thing is,
not because of money per se. I just don't want somebody that's on the bus all day. You know.
but yeah, speaking of buses, you remember you gonna learn today? Well, you going to jail now.
You going to jail now?
So maybe she don't want to date no man who gonna be uppercutting folks. I get it, you know what I'm saying? But nah, man, she has the right to feel what she feel, but she went on Breakfast Club and looked crazy when she was trying to make it a black issue.
Envy was into it, boy.
And this is another thing. I don't like what Envy did, how he acted. As a man, you're supposed to be able to conduct an interview way better than that and control your feelings, right?
But he likes it though.
That's one thing. If you looked at what Charlamagne did, Charlamagne handled it well. But Envy was trying to talk all over her.
Yeah, but Charlamagne is more, or at least presents himself to be more refined these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Envy admits that he's still petty. He still wants to get even. If you do something to him, he gonna get you back. And you know, Charlamagne is more like, I'm gonna let go and let God, which I applaud him for his maturity and growth.
Exactly, but it was interesting how she got on. Well, how Envy brought up the white man. I was like, ooh.
I was glad when he brought that up.
Me too, because it needed to. And you saw what she did. She was like, well, first of all,
she deflected.
Paging Dr. Umar, and she couldn't say nothing.
Like no. Charlamagne said that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He said Paging Dr. Umar, and then she was looking like a deer caught in headlights.
Right.
And I made a clip. Shout out to Boy Swackers and everybody that shared it. I put a clip together where it showed a picture of the white man. And then
you got it? Let me see it. You got it readily available? I want to see it.
Yeah. Just go. I'll send it to you on my Instagram. But no, man. But yeah, it's it made it look bad because you're saying that you want a man of high quality, right? Or that's what you're presenting, but you date a white man. So it's like that was your fiance. So how can you say this about the black community, but then you dating white?
You know what Dr. Umar said about people that try to uplift the black community but don't marry into their own community.
Oh,
especially a high level earner,
exactly.
Like Eboni K, a millionaire who then goes and gets engaged to a white man.
Yeah, exactly. But now I don't want to shit on Ebony, but she stumbled on her words and shit. This is what you call not being able to hold accountability. Like I messed up, right?
Right.
All you had to do was stand your ground and say, this is my preference. But you did all that.
Brand. She can't do that.
Yeah. Like this, she went all over the world to try to explain a point, but dug herself in a deeper hole.
Yeah.
And even women.
I appreciated the young ladies that was on the show. I don't know their names.
The women
her every time she was trying to move the goalposts.
Yeah, move the goalposts. The women said, no, I just didn't like the way you did blase and skip, whatever. But yeah, I wanted to chime in on that. Now let's go into something else that's going on. So we've been talking about Diddy versus Jermaine Dupri for the longest.
Take that.
It actually has a date. It's going to be sometime in September. I don't know, September 8th, something like that. But it will take place at Madison Square Garden. And me and you both said by unanimous decision, Diddy will win that versus.
Oh, for sure. With the Diddy by the crowd, Diddy will win.
By the crowd.
Yeah.
Let me be specific. By the crowd, right? Because they're New York, man.
I don't know why JD would agree to that.
Maybe it's more money. I don't know.
I mean, maybe, but I'm gonna be honest though. If they're bringing out artists, they could have did a stadium, bro.
Yeah. They could have.
Because I don't know how many people the Garden hold.
It holds a lot of people, but it is like a smaller venue.
It's probably like if you had to guess, like 12, 15,000?
Probably like 20.
Yeah.
Because they did WrestleMania at the Garden. I think that was like 20, 30,000 people. Yeah.
But even then, imagine how they did this at like the Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Somewhere like that, like where the Falcons play.
It's gonna be
MetLife Stadium, even where the Jets play in Jersey, like it would have been crazy.
Yeah, but Jermaine, I'm like, bro, y'all should have did it in LA. LA would have been
they shouldn't have did it in New York, bro. Diddy know what he doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's gonna be the crowd gonna be so biased, bro.
Yeah, all it is, New York gonna say Diddy won, the
Of
South gonna
course.
say JD won.
Yeah.
So
they should
that's
have
all
did it in LA or Chicago or
LA would have been the perfect spot to do that in.
Or Chicago.
Man, they ain't finna go no Chicago and do that. I'm not saying they couldn't do it there. I just see Verzuz ain't never did nothing in no Chicago. So I think that it'll be.
I'm just thinking about the unbiased crowd.
Yeah, for sure. Somewhere in the Midwest, but
he couldn't have did it in Atlanta though because it's more people from New York than.
I know. That's what I said. You remember I told you, I said Diddy, you know how Jermaine ain't got a chance in New York. Diddy would have had a chance in
he
Atlanta.
definitely got a chance in Atlanta because
there's a lot of folks from New York here. Like a mug. So yeah. But somebody was like, it's gonna be ATL, and it's a lot of ATLs gonna show up to New York. I'm like, it'll be some folks from Atlanta, but not
we ain't going up there to see that.
Nah, not to see that. Come on, bro. Nah. That ain't happening. You want to know what's corny?
What?
Gilly the Kid versus Joe Budden.
Right.
Now, for those who haven't seen it yet, Gilly the Kid, y'all know him from $1 Million Worth of Game podcast.
No, they know him from writing for Lil Wayne.
Writing for Lil Wayne, being on Cash Money. Lil Wayne got his whole style from
being in
Gilly the Kid.
Being in major figures.
Major figures, right. Philly, stand up. Philly, stand up. But him and Joe Budden, but I always want to say Biden. Him and Joe Budden are beefing right now.
Too low and Gilly.
But their podcast beefing. Now, this all happened because Gilly and Wallow, I don't know if you've noticed this, but they brag about how much money they make.
They do
with the podcast, like all the time. Like I saw Charlamagne and Envy, which was a good episode.
I saw that. It was a good episode.
They were bragging about how much money they get. Joe Budden,
before we go any further,
yeah,
which I applaud them for.
Yeah, absolutely.
I applaud them for it.
Yeah. But it almost feels like a way of justifying my rap career didn't go where I wanted to go, so I'm making more money than you rappers. That's what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. But anyway, so Joe Budden said why these niggas are out here talking about they got money, but their bed is covering a window. And he shared a picture. Did he share that picture?
Yeah, he did.
No. He said it, and somebody went and found that picture and said they put 2 and 2 together. That's what happened. So Gilly the Kid got wind of that, and Gilly the Kid said some stuff to him and said that you washed up, blah blah blah, whatever.
Told him he was a washed up rapper that beat women.
Yeah, beat women and all
that. Been to rehab.
And I'm like, bro, y'all so corny, man. Both of y'all are corny. And Gilly do be on corny shit, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Gilly really do be on corny shit. I like Gilly as far as him being an entertainer.
Right.
$1 Million Worth of Game was a dope podcast.
I think him and Wallow make the perfect team.
They do for sure. Joe Budden, great podcast world. You know, he's great in the podcast world. He is, bro. Everyday Struggle.
I don't watch it.
I mean, I'm not saying that I sit and watch it, but he does good for what he does. Like, he still has a voice. He's one of the voices in the culture.
I don't watch it.
You don't, but you see
the Joe Budden podcast it's just not good to me.
Did you like Everyday Struggle?
I'm not a fan of academic, so
that was a dope show, man. That was a dope show.
I take your opinion for it.
That was real dope. But anyway, so I think it's corny, man. I'm like, y'all both gonna say washed up, failed rapper, whatever.
They both washed up rappers.
Yeah.
First of all, Joe Budden is a washed up rapper, but at least he actually had a couple hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Gilly got famous because he lied and said he ghost wrote for Wayne, which he later said he didn't really do. So,
right.
And nobody outside of Philly or New York probably ever even heard of Major Figures if we just gonna keep it 100. So
now he had a local hit in Philly.
Called what?
They played it on the radio. I forgot. Look, I'm not from Philly, but I think he had the streets of Philly on lock.
As
sure.
a
rapper.
As a street guy.
As a rapper too. He had
look, I'm not from Philly, so I can't speak on Philly business.
I've seen people from Philly. He had like a little local hit. I'll say that.
I ain't mad at that. Lil C had a local hit in Jackson. Free Lil C.
Yeah.
But, so you know what I'm saying? But it's corny, bro. Both of them niggas is 45 plus. Okay.
Yep.
Both of them is rich for talking. about other people.
Yep.
Man, get your money, black man.
Yeah.
Get your money, bro.
Gilly's Ethiopian though.
He what?
He's Ethiopian. He's not FBA.
Gilly not black?
Gilly is Ethiopian, bro. Or half Ethiopian. You ain't know it? Look at him. He even said it.
I mean, he
Shout
got
out
that
to Jay
old
Smith.
ass head, but you know what I'm saying.
Look at his eyes, bro. He ain't FBA. Yeah. But shout out to him though. Shout out to Gilly.
Yeah, for sure. Either way, get your money, Joe Budden. Get your money, Gilly. Because to the rest of the world, y'all just black men.
Exactly.
And we don't need black millionaires in their 40s acting tough. It's the same thing with Cameron and who is he beefing with?
Cameron beefing with somebody?
Cameron was beefing with Joe Budden too, I think.
Oh yeah. He did say something about him. Yeah,
Same thing with them. Like, man, y'all too old for this mess, man. Y'all old niggas talking about tell me where you at, send the address for nothing, bro. Over nothing.
Over nothing, bro.
Yeah, and y'all getting real money, bro. You know how many people would kill for the opportunities they have?
And y'all already didn't make it like you wanted to rapping. Now you're podcasting, making more money than you did when you were rapping. So I wouldn't beef with nobody, bro. I would talk shit, but that's what my podcast is.
Yeah, but we gonna crack jokes and laugh about it. I'm not beefing with you.
Yeah,
I'm not asking you, send your addy. For what? Yeah. I'm not gonna pull up.
Absolutely not.
If we beefing for real like that, if we bump into each other, we bump into each other. But I don't want your address.
No, not at all. But you remember how I said Gilly the Kid is not FBA?
Yeah.
Speaking of non-FBA, let's talk about non-FBA actors.
Hey, you getting good. I like what you did there, boy.
Black American roles. Let's talk about that. All right. So when I say FBA, PM, do you know what FBA stands for?
Yeah, Federal Bureau Association. Free Black Africans.
Free Black Africans. Foundational Black Americans. That's what we are. Now you have people.
Didn't your boy coin that? I don't mean to cut you off, but didn't your boy coin that?
Tariq Nasheed coined that, and the reason he did was because we were saying ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves, but you can have other people say that they're my ancestors were slaves too, but no, we're talking about the foundation of this country, Black Americans,
right?
The ones who were here before and the ones who built the country. That's us, right? I don't have any immigrants in my family. Shout out to our immigrants, though. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like that. Those are in the diaspora. Those are brothers and sisters. It's just that we have a lineage, and this isn't a group. It's a lineage based. Right. You can't go by anything else but what your blood is. So we are here. I don't have any foreign people in my family.
Right.
So anyway, I'm a Black actor, and you have other Black actors too, Black American actors.
Right.
Now, typically, if you write a Black American role, ideally, you would cast somebody that's Black and American. But what's been happening?
So many of y'all acting that.
I mean, yeah. But what's been happening recently is that there have been a lot of British Black actors. You got different actors from the diaspora that come to America and they get these roles. And then the question is, it's like, are they really that talented to get these roles, or these roles being handed to them? And Lorenz Tate actually was on a podcast actually talking about it. And I know you've discussed that as well.
Right.
We have a bunch of Black men and Black women, Black American FBA men, FBA women who could get these roles, right? And there's nothing wrong. I love Idris Elba. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
The dude who played on Snowfall, he's a great actor, right?
Damien Idris.
Yeah. Shout out to him. The dude who played on Get Out. Very dope. You know what I'm saying? But it's
even the dude that played Lamar on BMF is British.
Yeah, British, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you have a home base of talented Black actors. Why do we have to get these British actors? Are they trying to do away with the FBAs?
Right.
What do you think about it, PM?
So it's funny you brought this back up, because I know we talked about it before, but I was having a conversation with some people at a bar about this actually. And one thing somebody said was that, well, it's because Black people don't have agents and they don't have the this, the that, the this, the that, and the third. And I was like, well, if we don't have agents, it's because they won't sign us. Exactly. It's not because we're not looking for them.
Right.
You know how hard it is to get, they say that like you could just walk in agency and be like, hey, I'm a Black actor, sign me.
Nah, Yeah.
Man, you won't even make it in the lobby.
Nope. You got to schedule an audition for one.
Yes.
That's the first thing you got to do. And it's not easy to get in there.
Yeah.
You got some of them.
It's not even easy to get in the building, bro. You got to have somebody that knows somebody that'll say, hey, I'm going to call such and such. And like, Jay, you don't not have an agent because you don't want an agent.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
You know what
Now,
I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
If you don't have an agent, you don't have to split no agency fee. So
Correct.
That's another thing. You get more of a percentage. But anyway, besides that, yeah.
But if you knew having an agent could get you gigs easier, would you not have an agent?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So, and it's always been this thing of like, so I'm going to say this. In America, let's just call it what it is. White is right.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because although these people are black by skin tone, they're more closely associated with Britishness than blackness. And that's why they're more accepted, in my opinion.
Because they know that we're associated with America, right?
Correct.
They identify different. You could be the same skin color as us,
right?
But you don't have the same mentality,
Correct.
the mind frame,
culture.
especially when it comes to white supremacy.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? We have a different movement with us because we're the only, and I'm gonna say it like this: Black Americans are the only ones that stayed in the belly of the beast, and we fight white supremacy.
Correct.
Civil rights, all that stuff comes from us in America. We're the ones who fight. Not saying that Haiti didn't have a history of actually freeing themselves. They did. Absolutely.
First country to revolt against the French and win.
Yeah, and win. Right. But we didn't flee from our country.
Right.
We were already here for one, but we never went anywhere. We're still here. We're still fighting for our rights, fighting for our freedom, all of that. And then what they don't tell you is that a lot of us actually did have rebellions. Some of them they're not going to tell you about. They just want to tell you about Nat Turner, but they don't want to tell you about the Maroons and the swamps in Florida. They don't want to tell you about all these other ones because that's where Nat Turner was going. He was going to Florida, actually.
Yeah, to Mississippi. I can't think of the name of it, but when they get Carolina, they hid in like swamps and stuff.
He was going to the Carolinas. That's where he was trying to go. But in the Geechee, with the Geechee people and stuff. For like sure. That. Yeah. So we have a different mentality, and also it's a thing like this too. You know how jobs will want to hire a younger person versus an older person,
right?
Because they'll be like, okay, yeah, we're a broadcast company, but we're only going to get you if you just graduated college. Why, when that person has an experience, if that dude is 30 plus or that woman is 30 plus, because they know you probably have more baggage or more experience, and you'll not want to go with the program and be conditioned a certain way. They want to be able to have somebody new that you can get into their head and make them do what you want them to do. You know what I'm saying? They know with 30 plus year olds, you're gonna have to be like, nah, I want more. You see my skill set, I want more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a thing like that, but I have been noticing that, and I thought it was important to bring up. And like I said, my brothers and sisters from the diaspora, I am not being divisive.
Nope, I'm not against you.
Not against you at all. It's just that, how would you feel if a lot of Black Americans went over to Europe, going to the UK, and they have stuff too, and we start booking all of y'all gigs? You're gonna be like, damn, they wrote this for people that are like me, but they getting all these Black.
I'm gonna tell you when it really irritates me when they're playing a historical figure, like the chick that played, not the chick, like the woman that played Whitney Houston.
Oh, Whitney Houston.
She was British.
Yep, Cynthia Erivo.
How the fuck you get somebody? I'm sorry, I know I ain't supposed to say that on
YouTube.
Go
ahead. Yeah.
Bro, how you get somebody British to play Whitney Houston? All the beautiful black women in America that could have played that role. You go way to, and I know they don't literally go way over there, but you go way over there to hire a British. She can't even relate to Whitney Houston. Like it's the same way. I felt the same way about the woman that played Harriet Tubman. Like they just can't identify with the struggle. So it's like it really makes me want to ask Hollywood, like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
I think
black people right here, bro.
I think they do that as a slap in the face to us because
I think so too, honestly.
like how Denzel played Malcolm X. He should have got a fucking Oscar for that.
Right.
Automatically, right? We are the ones who can identify and play that because that is our lineage, right?
He knows that story. He knows that struggle.
Yeah.
Not to say that a British person never heard of Whitney Houston or never heard of Harriet Tubman, but come on, man. How many British people you know was cleaning the house with their mama playing Whitney Houston? Like I really experienced that. It's really engulfed into me as a person.
Yeah. And it's something being from this country, we have a certain essence about it. Just like y'all have a certain essence about y'all.
Correct.
And if it's a historical figure over there. See, when we go to their countries and stuff like that, you remember Meek Mill went to Ghana and they were just like, oh, he doing too much and all this other stuff. And it's like, damn, y'all can come over here and we share it with you. We share it with you and we don't be tripping. But yeah, what'd you say? The Black Bulls in Russia was saying the same thing with Brittany Griner. Oh yeah.
What they say? I missed it.
Oh no, what Jay Smith said right here. Can you see it?
No, hell no.
Oh, you can't see it. Okay, my bad. The Black Bulls in Russia was saying the same thing about Brittany Griner. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, man, like you said, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said how do you get a person to play a historical Black figure when they're not of our lineage? We know how to play Luther Vandross better than somebody else could play. We know how to play Martin Luther King. It's soul. You got to be able
know
to
the
be
feeling
rooted.
you get when you hear a Luther Vandross song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I know one thing. If whoever y'all got playing Snoop, because you know Snoop got a biopic coming up.
Yeah,
it better not be nobody that's not FBA, because you cannot have nobody play Snoop and not be FBA. I don't want to hear it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, he said the Bull Dagger. The Bull Daggers.
Who said that? Don't say that name. I know who it is. Never mind.
The Bull Dagger.
Y'all crazy, man. Hey, you're not gonna get me involved in this.
Anyway, yeah.
I'm trying to win a Grammy.
Right. But yeah, speaking of Black folks, man, have you got a chance to see Dear Mama, the series?
No, I haven't.
The docu-series. Let me tell you, man. Tupac's, and it's directed by Alan Hughes. It's called Dear Mama. It comes on FX, but if
Did his family make some money off this?
Huh?
Did his family make some money off this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think his sister probably has. If she don't have it, she's been fighting for the rights to his stuff.
Yeah, because if I don't support like movies and shows about, again, historical people if their family doesn't profit from it.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. But you know, people make movies like all the time, and you know, you don't have to have a license to. No,
you don't. Yeah. But I just don't mess with it.
True.
I'm gonna ask somebody. I know somebody that's really close to his family. I'm gonna ask her if they got compensated for this, and if so, I'll watch it. Yeah. But anyway, go ahead. I'm listening.
Now, let me tell you, this is a great series because not only is it talking about Pac, but it's talking about his mother being in the Black Panthers, and it really goes into full detail of her story while she was pregnant with him in jail. Mm-hmm. It goes over the case, what led to that afterwards. Like this really, and it ties everything together. I've never seen a documentary. Like I've seen documentaries about Pac, and all of them have been great. Right. But the way Alan Hughes ties in the Black Panther stuff with Tupac in it too, with the music and everything, bro, it's a real good documentary.
Well, you can tell he was influenced by the Panthers, though, if you listen to his music, not his gangster music, but his other music.
Yeah, but like part of it is about Pac, but also part of it is going into Afeni Shakur, his mother.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, they haven't had a documentary about that. Like it's showing both of them what they went through, and it was incredible. It's a lot of stuff that I didn't know. I didn't know Tupac had alopecia. That's the reason he went bald.
I'm laughing because somebody made a joke that said Jada Pinkett got alopecia because
of Tupac. Yep, that was crazy, man. But yeah. If you haven't already, please check that out on FX, man. It's real good. I think the last episode it's 5 episodes. Okay. It's on. They released the 4th one last week.
You said it's a documentary?
Docu-series.
So it's kind of like the OJ one.
No. So we don't have anybody reenacting or nothing like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a documentary, but they call it docu-series.
I see what you're saying. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Real good though. Real good. Last thing I want to cover: reparations are coming. Did you hear about the reparations proposals in California?
Yeah, but we've been hearing about them for years, man.
Nah, but this is like a task for like this is real though. This is real.
Okay.
This is the first time they've actually concrete throughout numbers.
Okay.
They haven't done this before.
Okay.
We getting reparations, bro. We getting reparations.
We moving to California? Because you said California.
No. It starts there. You got to start somewhere. So as long as we stay in the grassroots, grounded, and you push it, meaning that don't just give Joe Biden your vote because your mama said vote Democrat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hold them accountable because we can get it. One thing I want to say is this, because a lot of people have been saying, Umar said this too, and what I disagree with him about. Oh, black folks, if you get reparations, all you're gonna do is buy J's. You're gonna buy this, you're gonna pour it back in. That's going to stimulate the economy.
Right.
Duh. Yeah, we're not.
I mean, I hope we do more than that, though.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, we're gonna help each other, right, and uplift it, but it will benefit America too, because we're not gonna take our dollars and then go shop foreign. Like
I don't know, bro. It's gonna be a lot of Gucci and Louis floating around.
Bro, nah, but what I'm saying is, even if the Gucci is sold here, that's still taxes. That's gonna be you're gonna boost the economy. That's what I'm saying. Like white people are upset because they acting like it's chaos is gonna happen or something like that. I'm like, bro,
a lot of new bodies, boy. Ooh, it's gonna be some new bad women walking around.
Yeah, of course. Now you're gonna have
new bad women walking around, boy.
You're gonna have some nigga shit, but you also gonna have a percentage of people that are going to open up their own business. Say somebody right now always wanted to open up a barbershop. Mm-hmm. Say somebody always wanted to open up a restaurant. Mm-hmm. They get, say, $300K. They can do it now. You know what I'm saying? And then that gives more people jobs. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't even just about black folks. Somebody made a good point today. They said that if they started a software company or something like that, they wouldn't just hire black folks. Like they hire everybody, but that would be more jobs. So that's why they say it would stimulate the economy. But
I mean, it would definitely stimulate the economy, but
yeah,
I don't know, man.
I don't care.
How much you think we should get? I'm just curious. If you just had to, and do you think it should just be cash?
Yeah, I think. Well, no, it shouldn't just be cash, but it should start off with cash.
Yeah,
it should start off with cash, and then we can get education. You know, the land, all that stuff.
Yeah,
but we need cash. The Japanese got it. The Native Americans, Indians, they got it. A lot of folks got it, but when it comes to us, it's like, oh man, I don't know. You know, I'm like, and then they talking about they switching currency. It's gonna be digital. Well, damn it, give me my digital currency then. I want that. But to answer your question,
they not switching currency. I don't believe that, but we'll talk about that offline.
Yeah, offline. Yeah, they ain't gonna do that. Yeah, these white folks lose their mind if they did that. But anyway,
we would. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
but you asked me how much I think we should get. I think that from anywhere from $300K to $1 million.
Okay. Per family. Per person or per family?
Per person.
Okay.
Per person. Now the thing is, does it all have to be paid at one time? It don't have to be. Right. But I think that it could be a thing where it could be like every month you get a certain amount. Every year you may get a certain amount. It could be like that. It don't have to all be at one time. Right. But yeah, it should be anywhere from like $300K to like $1 million for sure per person. And lineage based. Not you came over here and you've been living here for a little bit or whatever.
Right.
And you like no.
So you're saying you had to be born in America?
You have to, yeah, and your lineage has to be here.
What if my mother and father are Haitian, but I was born in America?
You don't qualify because that's not your lineage.
Right.
Your lineage is from Haiti.
So you're talking about the descendant of slaves.
Black American slaves. I gotta be clear. Yeah, Black American slaves. Yeah. Okay. Now, if your mother is Haitian and your father is FBA, you would still be entitled to reparations.
Right.
Your mama wouldn't.
Right.
But you would. So yeah, but no, it can't be a thing if your family left a country, came here, you were born in America. No, you're not a descendant of an American slave, Black American slave. So you got to throw that on there.
Right.
But yeah, man, reparations is coming for sure. A lot of y'all don't believe it.
I believe it when I see it.
I know it, but you got to keep pushing it, man. So that's why
I might need to go buy me a little block of land in California. Give me a PO box in California or something, so I can say I live there.
That ain't gonna work. They already been talking about a player. They say you got to be there for a certain amount of years, all that stuff. So nah, they already got that. It's that's what I'm telling you.
You know, niggas is gonna try, dog.
They gonna try it now. They gonna try it for sure. Hey,
well, y'all think them niggas is scamming during COVID? Wait till they start rolling the reparation checks out,
man. But you know what? It's a lot of folks who live who don't be claiming taxes, who don't be on social media. You gonna see a lot of dudes come out black folks come out the woodwork and be like, yeah, no, I live here. I'm a lot. I don't be on social media,
right?
I don't be, I make my money underground, but hey, let me go ahead and fill out this census thing. You know what I'm saying? So no, but shout out to them, man. I salute to the state of California, all the black brothers and sisters who are out there pushing the envelope so it can get to us. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, man, this has been tonight's episode of Red's View. I hope everybody did enjoy yourself. If you did, make sure you hit that fire emoji. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Also, if you have not already, make sure that you subscribe to youtube.com/RedsView. Also, gotta follow us on social media at JAYR3D. Where do we follow you, DJ PM?
You know the vibes at THEE DJ PM, all social media.
Yes, and man, I got a busy week ahead of me, boy. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm DJing. I still got to pull up on you on what day did you be? I know Sunday brunch, but yeah, you know
Sundays. And then every other Friday I do BQE as well. This past Saturday I did Ember. They had a not Cinco, but what's after Cinco? Ses de Mayo party that I did. It was cool.
That sounds like some stuff black folks made up.
Yeah, sure it's not okay. Real.
Yeah, I'm about to say like that sounds like just an excuse to drink. But now, didn't you say you do karaoke? No. Open mic. Oh, you used to.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, because I was gonna try to come to one of those. But yeah, man. If y'all in Atlanta, make sure that you hit up me or DJ PM and come check us out.
Hit up both of us. Most of the time, my gigs run a little later than his anyway. So
yeah, for sure.
So go pregame with Jay.
Yep.
Pull up on me for the after party.
Absolutely. That's how it is. That's how it's going to be. But yeah, man, we love y'all. Make sure, again, you subscribe to youtube.com/RedsView. When we share these, make sure that you share them on your social media and all that other stuff. But anyway, until next time, this is J Red DJ PM, RedsView. We're signing out.